What is going on, guys? Hunter Medusa here, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today we are going to go over patch 1.04. I'm going to do a video about it and kind of tell you guys my thoughts, as well as go over the patch, so that those of you that are curious and don't necessarily want to just sit there and read the patch notes, I will do it for you and you can just sit back and listen. Now, if you guys disagree with anything I say or have opinions on the patch, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. But anyway, let's jump right into it. So first off, we've got Viper. Viper's Pit. Max time outside of her ult before it collapses changed from 5 to 15 seconds. Viper can hold the ability key to drop her ult early. Enemies in Viper's Pit have their minimap obscured and do not provide minimap detection to their allies. Increase the brightness of the red enemy glow at the edge of Viper's near sight. So that is just for her ult. Decay, enemy decay per second increased from 10 to 15 from all sources. After exiting Viper's smoke, enemy decay sustains for 2.5 seconds before starting to fade. Fuel, having both Poison Cloud and Toxic Screen active does not consume additional fuel beyond the cost of having one active. Okay, so with Viper, this is going to be pretty big. I'm going to touch on it at the end of the video as I go back and kind of go over everything really fast and kind of recap everything, but this is going to be good. All right, let's move on to Raze. So Raze has nothing too crazy. Her showstopper, her ultimate cost changed from 6 to 7 points. So that just adds 1 point. That will be noticeable. Will it have an effect on how strong she is in the meta right now? No, people are still going to play her. She's just not going to ult as often, which is going to be great because we all know how often she uses her ult. All right, so next we are looking at Brimstone. Orbital Strike, ultimate cost changed from 6 to 7 points. Same thing as Raze. Stim Beacon no longer buffs enemies and no longer shows its effect radius to enemies. And they did a change with his arms being seen on your HUD. His Orbital Strike, the ultimate going up, I don't think that's going to be too bad. His ultimate isn't necessarily used the way Raze's is. I mean, Raze is like going out and trying to frag and get kills. His is more of like a global, not global, but fairly global zoning tool, if that makes sense. So, I mean, you would normally use his ult to, if you're attacking, you plant the bomb, you would use his ult on the bomb to make sure that people aren't able to defuse it if it's like a 1v2 scenario and time is running low. And it's also used to kind of cause disruption. So I don't think that that's going to be too bad. The Stim Beacon no longer buffing enemies is going to be great, as well as no longer showing the effect radius, like how big it is. That's not going to be too bad of a thing because it's not going to buff them anymore, so they're not going to care. And his Stim Beacon needs a little extra work. Other than this, I think he needs something else with it, but it'll be just fine for right now. So the last one, it looks like for an operator, we've got Cypher. Cypher Cage can now be picked up during the buy phase. So I mean, that's great. It's really good, but at the same time, it's not going to make a difference on how the game is played. So let's look at the weapon updates. It looks like it was just one, and it was for the classic. Fixed a bug where running inaccuracy on the right click was much higher than intended, so that's going to be good. It's going to be easier to hit those shots. Running was adding a 1.5 penalty because it was referencing our generalized running error curves for pistols. Okay, so that's good. So the classic is going to be a little stronger when it comes to right clicking, but the classic just, you know, it's the starting pistol. Not very many people use it, and when they do, it's because they have to. Fixed a bug where jumping had no inaccuracy penalty. That's going to be fantastic because I have been jump shotted so many times from around a corner with people using the classic, and they just deleted me. Running spread is changed from 3.4 to 2.1. That's also very good as well. That's just mostly a bug fix from what it says right here on their patch notes, but you know. Jumping spread changed from 1.9 to 2.3. That's good as well. Walking spread changed from 1.9 to 1.95. That means nothing. That's not going to do anything. And they added a 10% bonus to accuracy when crouching and stationary. Okay. Intent is to feel consistent with crouching, providing an accuracy benefit. Okay. So that's the only gun that they did any sort of work on. Most of it is just bug fixes or quality of life after this. I've looked over them already. The big one is the requirement for Rhino to look at soul orbs to activate them and maintain her healing. They say that the behavior should match that of patch 1.02. So that's going to be good. They did a few things where they kind of made the game run smoother, which is great. It looks like the one big quality of life thing is the observer minimap vision cones are now colored by team. That's going to be fantastic. And it looks like they replaced Rhino's voiceovers for the Italian and Mexican games as well. So that's good. So everything looks pretty solid. There weren't too many crazy changes except to Viper. And I'm just going to talk about it for like 2 seconds and then I'll let you guys go. But with Viper, do I think that this is going to bring her to a point where she is broken in the meta? Absolutely not. Do I think that this is going to make it so that you play or see her a lot more often in the game? Absolutely. Having the max time of her ult being outside of 15 seconds is huge. Now Viper doesn't feel confined to her ult as to not to lose it. So that's going to be a big thing, as well as having that DK sustain from 2.5 seconds now. It's going to make enemies a little more wary, if that makes sense, about going into her gas. Because, I mean, you can go into her ultimate, get down to 1 health, and step out, just trying to, like, look for vision and whatnot. And you've got 1 health for 2.5 seconds, and that gives the ally team or the enemy team a bigger chance of getting you. So it is definitely going to be better for her. She is definitely, in my opinion, a very attack heavy operator. So if you want to play her, she's going to be fantastic for attacking. For defending, not so much. I mean, she has her ups and downs, but do I think that this is going to make her absolutely busted? No, it won't. And as unfortunate that is, they have made very great progress from where she was when the game first launched, but there is going to be some minor tweaks that they're going to need to continue working on her to make her a viable option. Right now you can pick any of these operators and they're going to bring something to the table. They've got Viper to that point, but do they want to see her progress from that point and become more of a carry? We'll have to see, because she is a controller, so she's not a fragger, so she's not looking to go out and get a bunch of kills. But we're just gonna have to kind of wait and see how it plays out. Give it a few days in the meta, and we'll kind of see. But my prediction is that she's not gonna be busted, and you're not gonna see her every game, and she's not gonna be annoying to play against. You're just gonna have to adapt to playing against her in a specific way, if that makes sense. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. Just a short video going over the patch with you guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like down below, as well as a comment. Let me know what you guys think of Viper and the patch notes in general. Let me know if you guys do enjoy seeing these videos, so that I know to keep making them for you. Hit that subscribe button if you guys like what you see. I'm kind of gravitating more towards an informational channel on Valorant specifically. So if you guys do enjoy that, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It lets me know. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining the Stone Army.